did the one person that I tried to forgive. I don't know. I don't know how to do and what who else doesn't have a lot of things that come to my mind yet. So I don't know who to forgive or what to forgive yet.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. If you've forgiven everybody and everything, even situations that are complex that you're still thinking about, that you
Uh-huh.
might judge unknowingly, forgive that.
Oh, okay.
Forgive a past experience if there was one where you went, man, that really hurt my feelings when I did it. And if there's nothing to forgive, then you're already there. Good morning, Lily.
Hi, good morning. Sorry,
No worries. Thank
just
you all
woke
for
up.
joining us so early. Good morning, Anson. How are you?
And
I'm great, thank you.
Good.
I did forgive my past in case I maybe I think that I did not do well, or maybe I did something wrong, and so just in case, so I forgive my past, and I forgive myself.
Mhm.
Like I say, sometimes maybe my judgment wasn't very good, or in case I make a wrong decision, or I react wrongly, incorrectly. Yeah, so that's what I did.
Oh, good. Oh, there's a hot buzzing in my ear. Sorry. Oh.
Is it in your ear or the
No,
computer?
it's normal. Sorry. It's okay. No, that's a good thing. When you forgive your past, it creates a habit of forgiving when things happen. It keeps you out of judgment. Forgiving teaches you not to judge. Forgiving teaches you to stay in love. Forgiving teaches you to stay in neutrality. Forgiveness is healing. We
I
all have
know, but we usually think that forgive is usually somebody else who did something wrong to you.
correct, but and that's always their fault. So I have to forgive you for your fault for watch this. I have to forgive you for making me feel bad, right? And that's really what it boils down to. Where if you remember my affirmation, I am created as my Father created me to be. I am free, and nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. And nothing whatsoever affects me except for that which I choose to allow to affect me. You do nothing. Bless you.
Thank
Does
you.
that make sense? So what that does is it keeps me practicing, bless you, none judgment, none judgment. So when I say I'm unoffendable, I try to practice being unoffendable. In other words, I love you so much that you cannot offend me. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. Biggest forgiveness of all. So it helps also create your tomorrows. Your forgiveness heals and brings that which you're wanting easier. And then your days aren't as conflicted or chaotic or confusing. They're more balanced, they're more flowing, they're more easy. It's an easy day. People are now that used to be unreasonable become reasonable because now you forgive them because they're not in their what? Right mind. You're perceiving something different. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you understand the act of the forgiveness part, you teach others how to forgive. Wow. Good morning, Paul. How are you? And that's a great concept. So when you start teaching others because you've taught it yourself, now look what you do to your now and look what you do to your tomorrow. Does that make sense? So now when experiences come in, you will call trouble, you won't do stay in trouble. You'll rejoice in trouble because you have forgiven trouble, knowing that you created the trouble. Why? To go through the experience. Think about how many people are unreasonable in your lives right now, if there be any. Think about how many unreasonable situations that you have encountered. If there's none, then you're in the flow. Practicing it, keep practicing. Get gooder and gooder at it. I know, honey, better and better.
I guess when you kind of forgive it, it feels like you pack away your stuff.
Right. Sometimes people think forgiving means I have surrendered to it. It's a giving up. I'm giving up something. In other words, I throw in the flag, and it's not the case. I'm changing my perception of how I view you. If I'm to forgive, think about this. If I am to forgive, that means I have to judge it first. If I have judged it, that means I have separated myself from it. And we're one. So we're one, cannot be separate from one. So people who are unreasonable that come into your life, they're there to teach you forgiveness, love, non-judgment, neutrality, compassion, peace. I say it all the time. You want to be right, or do you want to be at peace? People who are right will always have conflict. Who want peace will genuinely find what? In order to have that peace, forgiveness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Very good.
Very good. Any praise reports, any testimonies, any by the ways? Yes, Anthony.
So, Mom, I think this might be kind of a surprise for you because I haven't told you yet, but I recently got myself a bow.
You know what? I already knew about it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I will talk to you when I get there.
Yay! Okay, that's good. So, I recently sent an email to Pastor about the encounter that I got of like, I just got a bow, and then I found out that the bow was discontinued a long time ago, and there was nothing about it, and I was contemplating if I was making the right decision or the wrong decision, right? And since that email, Pastor told me that a decision is still a decision from what I read, and whatever I've made is neither right or wrong, but it was right according to me back then.
Correct.
Because it's the way it is. I wanted to shoot, so I got myself a bow, cheap. and I also made an amazing friend, who was just as passionate about shooting, just like me, who had a very similar background of quitting because of a personal reason. And I left that place where she told me that I had an old soul, I had an amazing person. She knows that I would take care of her little baby, and we left hugging. So that spoke a lot of volumes to me, and I told myself, yeah, I will take care of this bow. And again, that problem came up because the bow was discontinued. I couldn't find the parts. I couldn't tune my bow, so I was having a lot of conflicting thoughts. Did I make the wrong decision, or whatever it is? And after reading Pastor's email, Pastor was like, "Ask and you shall receive," essentially, right? And so I told myself that day that I need to write something. So I started writing my own little story of like this Merlin bow. The bow is called Merlin, so it was a magical bow, and so I was writing myself, this Merlin bow is amazing bow, and there's a reason why I received that bow, and I know that there'll be a best arrangement for it. So I made up a story of having two different scenarios. It was weird. The first scenario of I'll be able to manage to trade it in with the archery shop, and I'll be able to get myself another new bow, which means I'm spending more money, so that's bad. And then the other one was somehow I'm able to tune my bow regardless whether I have the parts or not to my needed specs. And whether I have it or not, it's okay, because then eventually I get a new bow anyway, and then I can pass down that Merlin bow to someone who would take care as well as I am, as well as her. And so on Saturday, which was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I called the archery shop, and the archery shop, okay, you know what? Come down, and then we'll see what we can do from there. I was like, okay, all right. I didn't have any expectations. I went down there, and so I gave him the bow, and he was taking a look at it the second time, and then he said this: I probably can do some adjustment. What I can do is I can increase the strength and also the string length, so that you'll be able to pull according to what you need. And I was like, do you not need the cams? Like, well, the cams are optional right now, but you can only extend so much, and then we'll see what we can do from there. And I was like, oh, so you can adjust it. And he was like, yeah, it's just that having the cams is one thing, but it's the best thing. But if we don't have it, there are ways to do it, but there are limitations. And I was like, honestly, at this point in time, I don't care what the limitations are. and so he has found a way to be able to adjust to my length, and he told me to come back later today. I was like, that fast? Like, oh yeah, come back later today. Okay.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
You were worried about the bow, and the bow took care of itself. Why? Because you forgave the situation. Your one thing said, I was conflicting. Did I make the right decision? But then ultimately you forgave that situation and went, wow, at the end of the day, I met a good friend, and I'm just going to let what I'm desiring take care of itself. And you wrote a declaration for yourself of what you're wanting. You dictated your tomorrow in your now. And how long did it take? From the time the bow, from the time to this, from the time, look at the time. Very quickly.
Less than 5 days.
Less than 5 days. How, wow. And the only reason why it took 5 days is because you were conflicted. Did I do the right thing? Mom's gonna kill me. Spent too much money.
Yeah, I'll learn to use the bow on you, right?
You shoot that way, I'll run this way. How's that?
Right.
I'm not shooting, I'm just gonna hit you with it.
But he's happy.
I know.
And
Now
that
the
was,
good thing is that, you know, I always ask people, will this make you happy? Having this, will it make you happy? Or
Right.
doing this, will it make you happy?
right.
But I'm just afraid in case they go insane, they go crazy, they do something extreme, and they say, yeah, you make me very happy.
Right. Overdo
Overdo it.
Yeah. So
And-
it depends on who it is that I would tell that, you know, does
Right.
it make you happy? So in this case, Anson, does it make you happy? If it does, then there's nothing I can say.
There is, you can say.
And he was able to meet a unique friend who shared a common interest where, one, most important, I keep telling you all, we're seed planters. He planted a seed more than the material things. He planted a seed, and that seed was unconditional love. That seed was, I recognize we're in the soul family. And then here's the second person, and probably more, has said, you have an old soul. In other words, I recognize your spirit to be wise. Why? Because we know each other. This is not a coincidence of coming together. It's a coincidence of me planting seeds, and now this person having satisfaction of passing something that she had truly valued and not seeing it as a loss, but as a gain. He saw it as, wow, this is a gain and a gain, because I gained a bow and I gained a friend. Now there's the web of relationship that has been planted. Now there comes abundance, prosperity. All these things come with that. She takes her energy, they hugged, love. They part ways. What are they doing with those energies once they get back to their destination?
Spread.
Spreading and more and more and more and more and more. So in other words, they infect their community, they infect their homes, they infect everything around them. We're seed planters. So he planted a seed more importantly than anything. That's really what I wanted to give him, but I didn't want to tell him right off, but he got it. He planted the seed of, this is what I'm wanting. And watch this. She planted a seed of, this is what I'm wanting. Universe did step 2 and did all the components to bring it together. Distance, date, time, all of that. She could have been in New Zealand. That would have been a whole different, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here was an exchange of a face-to-face where there was only a 30-minute drive. And then look at the encounter of them building rapport. You understand? It was the seed that brought them together, and look at all the happiness in that one spot that they designated to choose to meet. That one spot they blessed. They blessed that spot forevermore. They took that energy back and blessed those spots forevermore. People who will come into those spots will all of a sudden feel a sense of bliss, a sense of family, a sense of relationship, a sense of wanting, a sense of, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
These are things how you create your tomorrows. You want better tomorrows, do these things and have fun doing them. And don't look at it as, wow, did I make a bad choice? Did I buy this as a lemon, as they would say? Did I get hoodwinked? Did I get bamboozled? But at the end of the day, no, we can do the specs and it's not going to take long and da-da-da-da-da-da. It won't be perfect, but it'll be close to perfect. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It'll be close to perfect.
Okay.
And he still can get proficient to get back to be competitive, because that was the ultimate goal. Now, him and her can go be competitive together, because she went and bought a new boat.
Okay.
Tangible thing, the biggest thing was the sharing a random moment. That's a miracle. Sharing a random moment with someone that we will call a stranger, that I can almost guarantee there was a connectivity between the two, that they almost felt like they knew each other. Would that be a correct assumption, Anson? Or
That's right. Yep. We had the same lingo the moment we went into the same room.
Wow. Might have had different reasons for stopping archery. Didn't matter. But there was a period where both stopped, and then there was a moving forward of getting back started. Time elapsed where, okay, now I can come back and enjoy this where I really love. This is what brings me the highest joy. This makes me happy. These things right there help pay your bills.
No. So, Pastor, you're telling me, right, the $500 is worth the money?
It's too easy, because if he's a multimillionaire, if you all are multimillionaires, 11.5, $500 is nothing. You consider it an investment, and you don't look at it as loss. Here's a secret: never look at anything as loss. Nothing. Don't look at anything as loss. As soon as you look at loss, you have put judgment on it and value on it, and now it consumes you, because now everything has a number. You'll never get to 11.5 looking at things as loss. Energy does what? Constantly move. If you think about money, think about how I taught you the concept of money. Money is just nothing more than a concept, but if you really think about money, it's energy. It's a tool. People put money or things of value. If I say gold, is that money?
Mm-hmm.
If I say silver, is that money?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If I say diamonds, is that money?
Oh yeah.
If I say the Canadian currency, is that money?
Yes.
If I say love is money,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
look at the number 8. I'm doing it sideways, but it's the infinite number.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime money comes in, bless it. Anytime money leaves, bless it.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for the money that I received. I thank you for the money that wherever it goes, it blesses. Because you're never at a loss. What cannot you create? As God, what can you not create? So you cannot see anything as lost because you own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. Everything you've ever wanted is where? Within you. Greater is he who is what? In me than who? In the world. All my kingdom treasures are in my consciousness, which is my mind. Everything in my mind is everything I'm sufficient. He wanted bow before he even had a tangible bow. So now, watch this. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I'll say it again. He went into now faith is the substance. What was the substance? The bow
Mm-hmm.
of the things not seen. He hadn't got it yet. But the evidence of the things that he was desiring came from the time you wanted the bow, Anson, to the time you received the bow. How long did it take?
3 years?
3 years for that bow to come. Could have came in 3 days. But now watch this. 3 years elapsed, right? 72 months. So 72 months. But now when he got in the flow, once you got the bow, how long did it take? 5 days for everything to work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of gave it away, but 3 years, 72 months, vice, 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
How'd he get there? He changed his concept of money. He didn't look at it as, oh my God, I'm paying. If he'd have looked at it, oh, this is a loss of $500, then he would not enjoy the fulfillment of the bow. He would try to have to instill other values in the bow to get the value of the money back. Does that make sense? So when I say the bow will pay for itself, it literally will pay it for itself 100-fold.
Anson, do you remember that once a Buddha told you that you actually have you meant to meet a lot of people to make connection in Prince George? So that's why.
And that's what he's doing.
Mm.
The web of relationship. So now what you just saying is confirmed of what his knowing is.
Mm-hmm.
The seed was planted long ago. Here I come, give you the water and the sunshine. Let it manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The foundation was laid. Now you're able to understand how to build upon the foundation. I'm giving you all the secrets, which is good. So now you understand there is no loss because you have everything. If you understand you have everything, how can there be a loss? Can't. And if you understand you can create anything, you cannot see anything as a loss. It's impossible. There is nothing that you cannot have or obtain. It's freely given. Is that truth?
Mm-hmm.
Even the houses you're sitting in now, you manifested from within. You didn't physically go get the nail and the hammer and the measuring tape, but everything in the specs of your home is what you were wanting and desiring and manifested. But you forgave something to create that future of that tomorrow. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You had to give up something to gain something. But you didn't look at it, as one, as a loss. Because if you look at it as a loss, it takes 3 years to get the bow back. The shift of the mind shifted for 3 years. That's all. Not a bad thing. It's okay. Had other stuff to do. Life goes on. Can't bow shoot for 3 years forever. We could, but was not his design. So he had to come back to this place. Now he creates a better tomorrow. These things right here help your finances. They help your health. They help your relationships. They help a multitude of things. I promise you, they really do. But as soon as you say loss, you have judged it. Because now you've put too much value on this right here, which can easily be changed. Look how many forms of money we described at the beginning of the talk. Gold, silver, diamond, copper, oil. Who wants to go in there? Oil is valuable, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They pay millions. Would you take a bucket of oil, a can of oil, into the grocery store to purchase your food?
No.
Will they accept it?
No.
But it's still valuable, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See my point?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looks at money in different ways of putting. If you just say money is energy, then you defeated all other. You won the battle.
Mm.
Money is in it. Money is a concept of how you think of it. That's it. Everything we said was a concept. Gold, concept. Diamonds, concept. Oil, concept. Dollar bill, Canadian bill, concept. But if I said, man, these glasses are from Egypt, 5,000 years, and they're valued at $3.5 billion. Look at the value. Now, these are old piece of glasses that nobody can use. Ancient. But people pay billions and millions of dollars for junk. They'll pass on, and that junk will still deteriorate and still be there, only because of the concept of what they put into this.
Mm-hmm.
Energy. I'm putting my energy into this and giving it life, giving it reality, giving it form, giving it reasoning. And then and then watch this. You then begin to define it. You define it. And people define it in different ways. But if you look at it as, I own everything because I create everything and there's nothing that I cannot create, it's too easy. 11.5 comes easily. Money comes easily. You begin to tell yourself, I'm a money magnet.
Mm-hmm.
People love giving me money. They shove money in my hand. They put money in my account, don't even know me.
Mm-hmm.
Homeless people give me money.
Mm-hmm.
And this has happened. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Once you understand that concept, there is no loss. So there's no loss.
Mm.
Say, there is no loss.
There's no loss.
There is no loss.
There's no loss.
So in anything that we do, we shouldn't look at it as a loss, right?
Nope.
No.
We shouldn't. We should just see it like in love.
Correct. Look at it at first that you created it in love to go through the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anson created the bow out of love to re-experience a lost love.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And every last one of you have done it.
Yeah.
Lily with purses, Sudi with the school, Melissa with Palm Spring, and we go forth and on and on and on and on. But it's the same thing.
So like you said, it was right. It's just an experience.
That's all. Because is it going to look the same a year from now? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to look the same 5 years from now? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changes because it's what? Energy. Money changes because it's what? Energy. It's an exchange of energy. But we use it as a tool and a resource. Once you understand the tool and resource, that I am the creator and the author of it, This is why I say every place that the sole of your foot shall walk upon, you have dominion over. Everything. Everything. You are the light of the world.
I still cannot get over the purpose of the Palm Spring. I still cannot get over.
It's your experience. Have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a puzzle for Melissa to figure out because you have all the pieces.
Huh?
You have all the pieces. You're just putting all the pieces back together. That's why I say have fun with it. That's why I say don't point at it. Don't give it all.
Tell me.
No, you're still talking about it.
See?
No, I'm not talking about it, but I'm just thinking, okay, I tried different things already.
Thinking about it too much.
I focus on the community now. Okay, I focus on the community. All right. So now I want to go in using the nonprofit.
Right.
Okay, and then, well, you see, time has transpired. Time has passed from then to now, like about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, okay, I want to go in, but people, even though every day I do strong vibration, giving strong vibration, and now I know the head of the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's still, I mean, I still haven't seen the result yet.
Question. Simple question. Are you happy?
No,
Palm Spring.
no.
I am, I hope that, I hope that what, I'm neutral, but I'm wondering.
Yeah, but that's not positive enough to
That's
change
not
anything.
that's not answering the question. I said, are you happy with Palm Spring?
I'm neutral.
But it's not positive. Neutral is 0.
Yeah, neutral.
And it's a +1 to have the vibration of positive energy.
Oh.
0. However, how many times you have of 0 is still
0. Until you say, I am happy with Palm Springs and really believe I'm happy with Palm Springs, you're going to keep thinking and overthinking and doing different things. It's the game you play. But once again, my simple question is, are you happy with Palm Springs? And the answer is, you say neutral, but it's really no, because you're not getting the result you're wanting in the time you want it.
True.
Now we can move forward.
How to move forward?
Say, I'm happy with Palm Springs.
I'm happy with Palm Spring.
Oh, really? Okay. Who thought that was enthusiastic? Was that enthusiastic? Did you believe her? Was that
no.
Okay. If you were buying that house and she told you that, would you buy that?
No.
Would you believe that?
Well, we can feel that the enthusiasm is not there, and then maybe because she just woke up.
She got to forgive the past. This is what the whole lesson is. Forgive the past.
I guess, Mel, sometimes we have to tell ourselves is that it is our choice to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So make something good out of it, since you're going to be there.
You brought it. You brought it into your experience. Be happy about it. Until Melissa says, I'm happy with Palm Springs, nothing changes. You can try 1,000 different ways and nothing's going to happen. I promise you. That is the truth. And the truth will make you free. I always say, rejoice in trouble, right?
Yes. I think because we used to think that being neutral is the best state of mind.
I'm going to reteach neutrality because evidently you missed it.
No, so now it comes to be that neutrality actually is just No, it's just us responding when we are in a negative situation. So we had been stuck for a few years. So we stay neutral because we don't want to be negative. So we've been trying to stay neutral, which is, I think it was okay. At least we don't become negative.
Right.
But now I think we have to cultivate to stay in positive instead of zero, right? At the state of zero.
And let me explain neutrality. When you put your car in neutral, it's free to go forward and backwards, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
It's free motion.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to say the car is your mind with free motion. You have to literally not think of nothing to be in a place of neutrality. People have not trained their mind because you've been taught to think.
Mm.
You have not been taught to shut the mind down and not think.
But Melissa and I can do that. Shut down and not think. Because when you're in a negative situation, what would you think? You would think of even worse. So stop thinking, stop. And that's why. So we learn to do zero.
And that's why you're a master, because you learn to stop that resistant thought. But now, in that place of resistant thinking, you don't think of anything, you surrender. You surrender and say, from that place of I'm not going to think about this. Now, step 2, God does the work. Now you get revelation. Now you get discernment. Now from that place of neutrality, because you're neither happy or sad, neither satisfied or unsatisfied. You're truly neutral. That makes sense?
Yes.
Now, once the divine will comes in, now you move from that place of neutral. Now you put your car either in reverse or drive or overdrive. Some people try to put it in park and stay there forever, and it doesn't work. So you have to find the balance of saying, am I really neutral, or am I really still thinking about this problem?
Okay. But that's what we think, right? Because Melissa and I assume that we have to go through a process of at least not worsening the situation. So we stay neutral for a long time, right? Melissa, a few years already. Yeah. So, and then when the situation get better, of course, we'll get into, like you say, forward or backward. But most of the time we pick forward because we want to get out of the situation.
And neutrality says, I legitimately let it go, and I legitimately surrender. I accept the unknown. Neutral. I accept the unknown. If we cut all the lights off and you couldn't see anything, would you run through your house as fast as you could? Or would you be neutral?
No, you won't be able to do anything. You're just there experiencing whatever you're supposed to go through.
But listen to me. You're in your house, but if we cut off all the lights in your house, by memory and neutrality, you could say, okay, all the lights are off. I'm in the bedroom. From this place of neutrality, because I'm not thinking anything about the lights off other than I'm here. In your mind, you could legitimately walk through your house because you know where everything is.
Yes.
Revelation came in, then discernment came in, then movement came in. Treat it that way. That's how you would look at neutrality.
Okay.
I'm in darkness, but even though there's darkness, I still can sense my surroundings. Now from that place of, because when all the lights go down, what do people do? Stop.
Yes.
Right? Once you stop, then what do? You gather all the information, all the data. You come back all the way back to your natural senses where, okay, and I'm no longer afraid of the dark, right? Or the darkness doesn't bother me, or the darkness is not important, or whatever. But from that place, now I can move from the bedroom to the dining room, to the dining room, to the kitchen, I can function. That's going from neutrality into forward movement.
Okay.
Now, what you don't do when the lights are off in your house is walk through your house backwards
Yeah.
in the dark.
Mm.
If you do, then you're good, but I don't know anybody who's done it. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why don't people walk backwards in the dark?
Harder. And it don't make sense. Humans are made to move forward.
You're designed to do what? Move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. Ever increasing, ever expanding, ever growing, ever growing. Never letting that darkness or the unknown limit you.
Mm.
Never letting that situation hinder you. Being able to say, you know what, I can function and maneuver in the dark because I can sense everything around me. Why? Because I created and put it there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. So now when you go from that place, now you start creating your futures. And here's the other thing. Neutrality always requires you to be in the now. What is my condition right now? In other words, what is my mind, body, spirit? What is it doing? What is it responding to? What is it? What is my state right now? What is my now thinking? Am I really neutral? Am I happy? Or am I still really angry about Palm Spring because it hasn't grown yet? Or am I still angry? Or still disappointed? Or still
It's just neutral.
still neutral?
It
So
doesn't matter, but I'm looking at the, I'm looking at the progress.
Okay.
I'm looking at the progress because I've done the things that are the positive thing, like you said, moving forward.
And you see the what? Progress.
I see progress, yeah, but not the progress that I wanted it to be.
Shouting at the seed. Hurry up and grow. Hurry up and grow. You see progress. Hurry up and grow.
I'm not shouting at the seed. Information doesn't come in very fast.
Glad you said that. This is what gets in our teaching.
Okay.
This will help answer your question in this. And when I hit it, you'll know it. We're going to bypass the questions because you can read that later. We close this lesson with a question for you to answer for yourself. Not to discuss, not to analyze, not to ruminate over, but merely to sit in what appears to be your private realm and ponder an answer. For unless it is answered, there can be no movement. So if you're not moving, you're in a place of what?
Neutral.
All right.
Okay, wait, which one is it? What page?
Oh, page 251.
250.
251. Sorry about that. I normally put it in that thing, but I forgot. 251. Everybody got it?
Still scrolling.
If you don't have it, I'll send it to you.
We do.
Everybody got it?
What is the title again, Pastor? The title.
The title will be The Question That Will Determine Your Tomorrows.
Yeah, on it. Yeah.
The question that will determine your tomorrows.
Okay.
Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right below the affirmation as we close this lesson, in bold, it says, how it is answered will determine your tomorrows. And are you going to have an infinite number of them by the way? The question is simply this. Do you recognize that you have already been everywhere and everywhen in the illusion of separation? Would you be willing right now, in the quiet privacy of your own heart and mind, to use the power of awareness given unto you to decide to be love? Some of you will have just felt a feeling of fear come up. Some of you will feel a sudden thought of rushing through your awareness. Oh, this is a bunch of nonsense. If you get the fear, the power of reality, you will have effectively delayed the answering of the question. That's important. If you have moved in errors erroneously and not from revelation, then fear has become the reality. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes.
You listen to the thought that the cause is nonsense, you have done the same thing, or I don't think any thought there was a blank, you have done the same thing. Pastor, I didn't get anything. That's fear.
Mm.
Why is that fear, Pastor? I don't feel afraid because you have not told yourself the answer. Every answer is to you. Every answer is given to you. For every question that you come up with, there's an answer, always. That's the law. For every question you ask, there is an answer. Got it? But the only thing you will have done is this, and please listen carefully. You will only have delayed a moment that will not be forsaken. You will only have delayed the inevitable. Your journey home has already long since begun. And once that journey begins, rest assured the end is certain. Push against it as you will, like a gnat shouting at the universe, my will be done, not God's. Love merely waits on your welcome. Love merely waits on your welcome. Love merely waits on your welcome. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
Choose then, beloved friends and new ascended masters, to embrace the only answers those questions can have. For those answers are truth based on what is real. With your embracing of what is real, the moment of your liberation is at hand, and Christ descends gently to begin to make its home where once the illusion of separate self once seemed to reign. The end is always a thought away, liberation a simple choice. The way is easy and without effort. It results in the power to decide. We love you dearly and we are with you always. We will never, ever, ever contract from any experience or thought you choose. For it is our delight to extend the good, the holy, and the beautiful. Can this be but love being extended to God's creation, to you, the holy child of God? Yes. Beautiful are you, loved are you, we cherish you now and forever. Practice this exercise and enjoy for the next 30 days. Be you therefore at peace, beloved friends and new masters. Okay. Everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
Pastor, remember in the beginning, you ever told me, right? When I look outside, and then I will send love, and I'm gonna say, this is beautiful.
Right.
And I found that every time after I say that, suddenly it becomes very bright and very colorful.
But how long does it take?
Almost instantly.
Instantly. Everything you're desiring once you're in that flow, because you didn't think of anything else. You didn't point at it. I want beautiful. What do I want and why do I want it? I want beautiful. Why? Beautiful is going to make me feel better. Beautiful is going to make me happy. Beautiful is going to be da 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 da. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't put a whole lot of thought in it. You didn't point at it. Where it's beautiful. It's cloudy still. It's raining. It's snowing. It's hailing.
Well, sometimes even though when it was cloudy, when I say, oh, it's just beautiful. And then suddenly you see, the clouds like parting and then the sun ray comes out. Wow. I was going like, was that me?
Yes. That was, you have dominion over all of the earth. And you have to believe me when I say that, literally.
Oh.
Literally. If you can understand the energies of rooms where there's tension and you feel those energies, you can change that energy, right?
Yeah.
Can you physically touch that energy?
No, we don't have to.
You don't have to.
You just want and it is.
All you just desire it. I want a beautiful day. Here's a cloud. The clouds will part for you. I want rain. rain will come. I want snow, snow will come. I want it to be a nice, perfect day. You'll get a nice, perfect day. All your desire, what you're putting in, it might take 3 days, it might take 3 years.
3 years is a long time.
Well, you are the determining factor of that. No one else. Only you. You and you only are the determining factor of how you receive it. Questions, comments, concerns?
Okay, Pastor. So regarding the getting the manifestation of 11.5 million. Now, you know, we found listening to, because there's some YouTube they say, oh, manifestation, you know, listening, they're also saying the affirmation. But is listening is as effective as we saying it?
Both. I'm gonna be honest, saying it is more effective. Saying it, you believe what you say. You believe the words that you say because it's your confirmation. That's why there's words. Words confirm what you're trying to express. If you say it, you're 9 times out of 10 going to believe it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
That make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? Thank you all again for waking up really early. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get back to the normal schedule, but until I get certified and all that stuff, I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Love you all. I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.
Bye.